I had put out a recent video about Joshua Melekela from South Africa that um, said September 23rd was going to be the rapture date for the Christians, and it was all over the media, and there was a lot of disappointment among Christians that were following Joshua Melekela, the South African pastor that gave the false end time prediction. But I think I might have the end time timeline figured out for the tribulation and the bad 7 years that Christians believe the Bible tells us. I think I might have this thing figured out. And there's other people saying this, and I've heard this more than once, that Armageddon is supposed to be the second coming of Christ. That's when um, the Lord himself, Jesus Christ, comes out of the skies over Jerusalem. And there's in the valley of Megiddo, which is outside of Jerusalem, all the armies will gather and surround it. And that will be the second coming of Christ on a white horse. And they're all going to gather there, and he will destroy the enemies of the huge battle, and the armies of the Antichrist will be destroyed, according to the Bible revelation. And I'm hearing 2033, and the connection to 2033 is for Armageddon, for that event, is that Jesus Christ, from everything I've heard, he was 33 years old at the crucifixion and then the resurrection. He was 33 years old at the end of his earth time. And 33 is the number of someone's prime. 33 is considered the number that if you don't age in heaven, and everyone is 33. So whatever age you were on the earth and the earth time, when if you make it into heaven, you'll be 33 years old. Everyone, young and old, will all be 33 years old all at the same time in heaven, because 33 is the perfect number of a person's prime. That's the connection to Jesus and the number 33. So again, that takes us to 2033, because sometimes you see these patterns because the Bible is supposed to be analytical and everything is numbers. There's even a book of numbers in the Bible. So you look at everything going on now with the Middle East, the Gaza peace deal, the Abraham Accords, even Saudi Arabia saying they may make a deal with Israel with this meeting that Trump had with the Saudis at the White House. It's plausible that we could be looking at 2033 with those connections to say the Bible's analytical. Maybe 2033 is Armageddon. And that's at the end. That's at the end. So you subtract 7 years from the year 2033. What do you get? You get next year. You get 2026. 2026 to 2033 is 7 years. So we could be going right into, you look at it, makes sense. I mean, you look at everything going on now. There's your 7 years, 2026 to 2033. That's 7 years even. We're coming right into this thing, and that is the reason that we're seeing what we're seeing right now in real time. So you know, this is just a more realistic way to speculate about a timeline rather than a date setter that said 7, 8, 9, 10 dates, like Pastor Melekela and others on social media that are setting these dates. This is a more realistic way. Now, this could be wrong, or the Lord could delay. He could tarry. But 2026 to 2033 gives you 7 years. And it's very realistic that could be your 7 years of tribulation. You leave me your comments on this.